Who can turn the world on with her smile? Those iconic words and that unforgettable toss of a hat into the air didn't just open a TV show, they marked the beginning of a revolution. Premiering in 1970, The Mary Tyler Moore Show wasn't just another sitcom, it was a cultural milestone, a bold, brilliant and heartfelt look at a new kind of woman and a new kind of television. Yet as time moves on, we've had to say goodbye to many of the beloved actors who brought this world to life. In this video, we'll honor their lives, their unforgettable roles, and share the stories of how they passed away. Because while they may be gone, the joy they gave us lives on forever. Mary Tyler Moore, Mary Richards. Mary Tyler Moore wasn't just the star of the show, she was the show. As Mary Richards, she played a single, independent woman who moved to Minneapolis to make a fresh start in her 30s, landing a job as associate producer at WJM-TV. At a time when television was filled with housewives and perfect families, Mary's character was a revelation. She was career-focused, kind-hearted, smart, and funny, all without needing a man to define her. Audiences saw themselves in Mary. She juggled friendships, stood up for herself at work, and navigated life with grace, vulnerability, and humor. Mary Richards was real, and Mary Tyler Moore made her unforgettable. She became a symbol of female empowerment on screen and off. Beyond the show, Moore was a passionate advocate for diabetes research after being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. She also opened up about her struggles with alcoholism, showing tremendous strength in vulnerability. Mary Tyler Moore passed away on January 25, 2017, at the age of 80, due to cardiopulmonary arrest brought on by pneumonia. Her passing marked the end of an era in television, but her impact continues to shape generations of women and men who still believe that with a smile, a little determination, and a good group of friends, you really can make it after all. Ed Asner, Lou Grant. Ed Asner brought gruff, lovable brilliance to the role of Lou Grant, Mary's tough-as-nails boss at WJM-TV. Lou might have barked his way through the newsroom, but under that grisly exterior was a heart of gold. His character evolved into a mentor, a father figure, and eventually a close friend to Mary, helping shape one of the most complex and rewarding workplace relationships in sitcom history. What made Lou Grant stand out was Ed Asner's ability to play both comedy and drama with equal skill. He could land a punchline as easily as he could deliver a heartfelt moment. It's no surprise he later reprised the role in the drama Lou Grant, winning Emmys in both comedy and drama categories for the same character, something almost no one else has done. Off-screen, Asner was a fierce advocate for labor unions, free speech, and humanitarian causes. He used his fame for good, often speaking out for those who didn't have a voice. Ed Asner passed away on August 29, 2021, at the age of 91 of natural causes. With 7 Emmy Awards, a booming voice, and an ironclad legacy, he left behind more than a career. He left behind integrity. He wasn't just Lou Grant, he was Ed Asner, and he was unforgettable. Valerie Harper, Rhoda Morgenstern. Valerie Harper stole hearts as Rhoda Morgenstern, Mary's tough, witty, and lovable best friend. With her Bronx accent, bold fashion, and no-nonsense attitude, Rhoda was the ultimate scene stealer. She was funny, raw, and incredibly real, a character who perfectly balanced Mary's grace with street-smart humor. Whether she was struggling with dating, self-confidence, or just navigating life, Rhoda brought vulnerability and strength to every episode. Viewers connected deeply with Rhoda. She wasn't polished or perfect, she was honest. And thanks to Valerie Harper's warmth and comic brilliance, Rhoda quickly became a fan favorite, leading to her own successful spin-off series, Rhoda. Her chemistry with Mary Tyler Moore felt like true friendship because in many ways it was. In real life, Valerie Harper was just as strong as her character. In 2013, she was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and given only months to live. But Valerie defied the odds, continuing to work, give interviews, and inspire fans for years. She became a public voice for courage, resilience, and hope. Valerie Harper passed away on August 30th, 2019 at the age of 80. Her passing left a hole in the hearts of her fans, but her legacy as Rhoda and as a fearless woman continues to shine brightly. She wasn't just the best friend on screen, she became one to all of us watching. Gavin MacLeod, Murray Slaughter. Gavin MacLeod brought dry wit and emotional depth to the role of Murray Slaughter, the head writer at WJM-TV. Always seated just outside Mary's office, Murray offered sarcasm, wisdom, and plenty of eye rolls at Ted Baxter's cluelessness. But beyond the jokes, Murray had a heart. He cared deeply for his co-workers, especially Mary, and their subtle, unspoken bond gave the show emotional grounding. Murray was the everyman, not flashy or loud, but loyal and honest. And Gavin MacLeod played him with such warmth and sincerity that it was impossible not to root for him. He made quiet moments feel big and funny moments feel effortless. Outside the show, Gavin had a full and rich career. He became even more widely known as Captain Stubing on The Love Boat, showing his versatility as a leading man. But it was his time on the Mary Tyler Moore Show that he often said gave him his most cherished memories. Gavin MacLeod passed away on May 29, 2021, at the age of 90. His passing marked the loss of one of classic television's true gentlemen. Always gracious, always joyful, and forever remembered as the quiet soul who made everyone else shine. Ted Knight, Ted Baxter. Ted Knight made audiences laugh out loud as the hilariously pompous Ted Baxter, WJM-TV's clueless news anchor with the booming voice and an ego to match. Ted was vain, insecure, and often completely unaware of how little he actually knew. But somehow you couldn't help but love him. His mispronunciations, awkward pauses, and ridiculous self-importance became staples of the show's humor. Ted Baxter was one of the first true caricatures of a blowhard TV personality, and Ted Knight played him perfectly. Beneath all the bluster, there was a sweetness to Ted. You saw glimpses of insecurity and even vulnerability, and that gave the character unexpected depth. Off-screen, Ted Knight was a deeply talented actor and a loving family man. He had worked for years in television before finally getting his breakout role on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and he made the most of it. He won 2 Emmy Awards for his performance as Ted Baxter and became one of the most recognizable comic actors of the 1970s. Sadly, Ted Knight's life was cut short. He passed away on August 26, 1986 at the age of 62 after battling colon cancer. His death shocked fans and left a void in the world of comedy. But thanks to his unforgettable delivery and impeccable comedic timing, the character of Ted Baxter lives on as one of television's greatest buffoons and one of its most beloved. Cloris Leachman, Phyllis Lindstrom. Cloris Leachman brought a mix of highbrow snobbery and dry cutting wit to the role of Phyllis Lindstrom, Mary's self-absorbed, meddling landlady and friend. Phyllis thought she knew everything, from parenting to politics to etiquette, but usually ended up hilariously wrong. Her smug facial expressions and pretentious observations made her scenes comedy gold. Cloris made Phyllis both annoying and lovable, a rare combination. You laughed at her, rolled your eyes with her, and somehow still cared for her. She was so good, in fact, that she earned her own spin-off, Phyllis, and continued to impress audiences with her comedic chops and versatility. In reality, Cloris Leachman was a powerhouse actress with one of the most decorated careers in Hollywood. She won an Oscar, 9 Primetime Emmys, and left her mark across stage, screen, and television. Her ability to shift from laugh-out-loud funny to emotionally gut-wrenching in a single breath was unmatched. Cloris passed away on January 27, 2021 at the age of 94 of natural causes. Her career spanned more than 7 decades, and she brought life, chaos, and comedy to every role she touched. As Phyllis, she gave the Mary Tyler Moore Show its perfect touch of eccentric brilliance. Georgia Engel, Georgette Franklin Baxter. Georgia Engel portrayed Georgette Franklin Baxter, the sweet, soft-spoken, and endlessly lovable girlfriend, later wife of the bumbling Ted Baxter. Introduced in later seasons, Georgette became an instant fan favorite. Her gentle demeanor, innocent charm, and high-pitched voice made her stand out in a newsroom filled with bold personalities. She was a breath of fresh air, a quiet force who brought calm and kindness into every scene. Though Georgette seemed naive on the surface, there was wisdom in her simplicity. She was often the voice of reason in her own tender way, and her unwavering love for Ted Baxter gave his character a surprising depth. Georgia Engel made Georgette unforgettable with her timing, delivery, and that signature angelic innocence. In real life, Georgia was just as beloved. She had a long television career, including roles in The Betty White Show, Everybody Loves Raymond, and Hot in Cleveland. Her performances always radiated warmth and sincerity. Georgia Engel passed away on April 12, 2019, at the age of 70. Her cause of death was not publicly disclosed, as she was a Christian Scientist and did not consult doctors. Her loss was felt deeply across the entertainment world. As Georgette, she reminded us that kindness, patience, and love could be just as powerful and funny as anything else. Betty White, Sue Ann Nivens. Betty White was already a legend when she joined the Mary Tyler Moore Show as Sue Ann Nivens, the seemingly perfect, happy homemaker who, behind the scenes, was hilariously catty, flirtatious, and razor-sharp. Sue Ann was the ultimate contrast, sunny on the outside, savage on the inside, and Betty White played her to absolute perfection. She brought fearless comedic timing, double entendres, and a kind of cheerful villainy that made Sue Ann unforgettable. It was a role that stretched Betty's range and revealed her as a comedic powerhouse, earning her 2 Emmy Awards for the part. But Sue Ann was just one chapter in Betty White's legendary career. She had already been a trailblazer in the early days of television, and she would go on to star in The Golden Girls, Hot in Cleveland, and become a beloved pop culture icon well into her 90s. Her warmth, wit, and generosity made her more than a star. She was a national treasure. Betty White passed away on December 31, 2021, just weeks shy of her 100th birthday. Her death sparked an outpouring of love across the world. She made us laugh for over 8 decades and did it all with grace, charm, and an unshakable sparkle. There will never be another like her. John Amos, Gordie Howard. Before he became a household name on Good Times, John Amos had a recurring role on the Mary Tyler Moore Show as Gordie Howard, the WJM TV weatherman. Gordie wasn't just a side character. He was calm, clever, and one of the few people who could hold his own in the chaos of the newsroom. He brought a level-headed energy to the show, often playing the voice of reason amid the eccentric personalities around him. John Amos's portrayal of Gordie was subtle but powerful. In just a handful of appearances, he managed to leave a lasting impression. His chemistry with the rest of the cast, especially Mary and Lou, felt effortless. He was a black character portrayed with intelligence and dignity, which was rare for the time. Gordie represented progress, and John Amos delivered every line with understated brilliance. Outside of the show, John Amos became a trailblazer in his own right. From his Emmy-nominated role in Roots to leading the beloved sitcom Good Times, he built a career on strength, talent, and integrity. He was a respected actor, a fierce advocate for fair representation, and a quiet icon of television history. John Amos passed away on August 21, 2024, at the age of 84. His presence in the Mary Tyler Moore Show may have been brief, but it was meaningful, and it helped open doors for others to follow. The Mary Tyler Moore Show wasn't just television, it was a turning point. It dared to show a woman living on her own terms, surrounded by friends and colleagues who felt like our own family. And it did it all with intelligence, grace, and laughter. As we look back today, we remember the gifted actors who brought that world to life. Mary, Ed, Valerie, Gavin, Ted, Cloris, Georgia, Betty, and John. Though they're no longer with us, their work endures. Their characters still make us laugh, still make us feel. They were more than performers. They were storytellers, pioneers, and beloved companions on our journey through life and TV history. They may be gone, but they helped change what television could be, and they will never be forgotten. If this tribute touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a journey into TV's golden age. And tell us in the comments, which Mary Tyler Moore character or moment means the most to you? We'd love to hear your memories. Thank you for watching. And as Mary Richards taught us all, you're gonna make it after all.